Hello everyone and welcome back to a second part of Project M, which is what I'm going to be calling this whole restoration project. So the goal of today is just assessing the state of the rear. I'm going to take off a lot of the elements in the rear subframe, and yeah, we'll start with that. Okay, well, after a little bit of work, I've now finally got the exhaust out, so both the rear and middle up all the way to basically the back of the headers. You probably can't see so much, and the reason I've removed this exhaust is because I need to remove this heat shield to be able to get to the drive shaft that I need to disconnect to lower the rear subframe, and that is why I had to remove all of it all the way to the headers, because the heat shield starts here all the way to the back. So now I can remove the drive shaft. Basically right now what I am doing is I am prepping all of the things that I knew I need to do so that tomorrow I can lower the rear subframe. So there's a few things I need to prep before that, including removing the drive shaft, disconnecting some sensors, and making sure that everything is WD-40'd and overnight, so that tomorrow when I start to remove things, it all will go down as one piece. Okay, well, I have given myself some space back there. I've taken off what I wanted to take for today. I'm gonna call it a day. So as you see here, we've taken off the separate rear and middle part of the exhaust. Then I've actually just taken off the bumper to have a look and make some space. I've disassembled the handbrake from the inside of the car. And actually now, when you look at this point, there is some space to move around. Overall, I'm quite happy. The whole underside of the car is quite in good condition. When you have a look here, I mean, now it's all oily because I've put some WD-40 for stuff overnight. But on the drive shaft side and underbody side, next to the fuel tanks and stuff, there are barely any signs of rust, just old wear and tear from years of being on the road. Overall, I noticed parts that had been changed in the last couple years, some things that were quite shiny and new in the middle section over here. So overall, quite happy. And tomorrow's job will be tackling this rear subframe and trying to take it out as one big piece, most likely. Okay, so we've now reached a point where everything has been disconnected off of the subframe. The brake lines, the sensors, the drive shaft, the handbrake handles. So at this point, if you look under now, we're going to undo, I can show you. We're going to undo these bolts that are right here. You can't see them, We're going to undo these 3 bolts that hold this arm right here to the rear steering. There's 3 bolts on each side, and then we will be left with only the 4 bolts that hold the rear subframe. So I'm gonna set you up and we're gonna start removing these and see what happens.
Ramène des copines, on est ici que pour un temps. Je veux la vie de gagner, tout Jay-Z peut savoir quoi foutre de tout cet argent. J'ai vu le trou, j'ai voulu sauter. Là je sais qu'un jour quelqu'un me poussera dedans. J'laisse le vice s'accrocher, je sais pas pourquoi je me fais tant mal. Je m'en vais là où toi tu restes, je continue de faire ça comme si c'était facile. Comme si c'était un don du ciel que je captais pas ce qui m'anime. Mais si tu me voyais 4 ans en arrière, tu comprendrais mieux d'où on est parti. J'ai laissé la maison derrière, loin pour m'en trouver une autre un peu plus grande qui ait plus de place pour la famille. Scota et ses amis. Si t'aimes pas, tu la fermes et tu gardes ton avis. Il faut que j'arrête de trop penser. Je prends de l'âge demain, je vais y passer. J'aimerais juste que tu sois là, 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 là. J'aimerais juste que tu sois là, 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 là. Ok, 23 bougies, bientôt je ne fais que ramer. Je veux pas être pauvre quand je vais gagner. Cette fille m'aime pas parce que je m'en bats les couilles. Maman même encore sera la seule à pleurer sur ma dépouille. Mon père aussi, je lui dis pas je t'aime, mais on se comprend, on est entre couilles. Faut que je fasse du bif sans perdre la raison. Je crois que c'est dur, je suis loin de la maison aujourd'hui. Plus rien n'est sûr, j'ai peut-être voulu vivre un peu trop. Qui sait, je m'en irai en les ayant déçus. Il faut que j'arrête de trop penser. Je prends de l'âge demain, je vais y passer. J'aimerais juste que tu sois là.
Oh my goodness, after about, I don't know, a couple hours of work between all the prep and taking off some rusty bolts and things like that, it is finally off. The rear subframe has come down. Really, really happy. That's a big achievement. Now I'm gonna pull the subframe out from under the car and just have a look at the state of it.
Be fucking real, man. Come on.
I have just noticed why I think the diff is leaking. This side here has been pulled apart. I'm not exactly sure what is wrong with that. I need to investigate, but that might be something that needs to get fixed. So I've decided to take off the bolts that are holding the wing on because I'd like to see what the state of the trunk lid is under all of this, because if you look on this side, you can see quite a layer of rust between. It started to separate a little bit, and so I'd like to have a look. I'm going to set you up right here, and I'm going to start taking these off. This screw was so rusted that it actually just broke off straight into the wing. Jesus. Okay, so now the wing should not be attached by anything. Should be able to just peel it off. Oof, the state of that is not looking very good. Okay, the wing is off. I have no idea what I'm looking at, to be honest. I'm no rust expert, so if we have a look here, you can see there's rust and discoloration. I mean, where the bolt holes are, that is absolutely. Let me turn down the ISO quickly. Yeah, okay, there you go. There you can see a lot better. So that's the state here. And we have the bottom of the wing. And then on the other side, we have more rust. And yeah, let's see. I don't know. To wrap up today, I basically spent about 30 minutes just organizing all of the bolts in a lot of different bags that I've already taken off so far. This will make reassembling a lot better. So far I had kind of just put everything into a pile, and I thought in a couple months when I put everything back together, I'm probably gonna kick myself for not organizing it and remembering what is going where. So I spent a bit of time doing that. I've ordered a new set of bolts and nuts from Special Classic Parts. They provide these complete kits for rear subframe and front subframe, which will make it easier, and also I'm going through all of this trouble to take everything apart, so I might as well invest into just a few new clean bolts and nuts. I have the whole rear subframe here dismantled into parts a bit everywhere, scattered. This is not fully taken apart yet because there are some bolts that I'm letting soak in some WD-40. They do not want to come off. And I'm missing a special center nut that helps me actually take these drive axles out because they're still attached to basically the brake caliper and that whole assembly right now because of that special nut that I need to go purchase. And other than that, I'm going to spend a bit of time probably off camera stripping all of the lines and sensors off of these parts. The idea is that I'm going to go powder coat these and, well, first sandblast them and then powder coat them in the coming days or weeks. And yeah, basically I just need to do the front lower control arms, and structurally everything that I would want to have disassembled is disassembled. So this concludes today's episode with a weekend's worth of work on the car. I'm really happy with the progress I've made, and we will see what comes next. I have the brake calipers that I want to restore. I need to figure out how to do that. Need to take off a lot of lines and little bolts and nuts off of the subframe so that I can go sandblast it and powder coat it. But overall, very happy with the progress, and yeah, thank you very much for having watched all the way until now, and yeah, catch you in the next episode. Bye.